Oh, it is a series of all the or just one line at least. Yeah, that should do. No. Yeah, that's perfect. No, try Ujjwal. So you have a slight change or something? कितने भी होगी? Okay.
Why are you sitting here?
There's no Wi-Fi, I don't know.
Jai Shri Krishna. Today I'm going to speak about two kind of thing. First I'm going to speak about 16th chapter Bhagavad Gita in relation to modern day crisis, what's happening in modern day and what is it related to the Bhagavad Gita and how we can find a solution for it, and also how to cleanse our lives from the clutch of junk food which has taken over our lives for many years actually. So if introduction is supposed to be given about the Bhagavad Gita, it is always given in the Padma Purana where Shiva says to Parvati about the Bhagavad Gita, and a full king's heraldry was saved just by a mantra from the 16th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So now we shall see some ill effects of technology related to Bhagavad Gita. So Garuda Purana is one text that everybody must read, though many exceptions are there. Everybody must read this, just like a traffic rules for an effective transport system. So Bhagavad Gita is an eternal truth. Some people say Bhagavad Gita is nothing related to modern sciences and Bhagavad Gita is something out of the box or anything. But Bhagavad Gita actually gives light to every single topic we do, and sometimes it's indirect, sometimes it's direct. So it's both ways, and we have to accept the Bhagavad Gita as the greatest text. So it starts with the first three shlokas which explain the good qualities of a person who is good. So Shri Paramahatmane Namaha Atha Shorashodhyayah Shri Bhagavanuvacha Abhagyam Sattva Samshuddhi Jnana Yoga Vyavasthiti Danam Navascha Yajnascha Swadhyayastava Arjavam Ahimsa Satyam Akrodha Tyaga Shantirapayishunam Daya Bhuteshvaloluptvam Mardavam Hirachapalam Teja Kshamadhriti Shaucham Adroho Natimanita Bhavanti Sampadam Daivim Abhijatasya Bharata. So the good qualities are like having no pride, ego, jealousy, anger and all the bad qualities, and having only good qualities such as humility and no false ego. All of those good qualities must be inculcated in every single person, and the Lord says that this is the way to be a good person. So now we come to the part to prove that Indian technology, which was way back, civilizations back, and which was thousands of millions of years back, was greater than modern technology that we have nowadays. The modern technology which is actually corrupting people and destroying the world, and the ancient Indian technology did not have any patents, but modern day we always have intellectual property. So everybody owns some patent or something, or the registration or trademark. So this is the reason why the sages did not make any of these patents, because it tries to curb human rights and freedom of human civilization. So So, one example of our Indian sciences is that we knew test tube baby technology many years back. This is a very modern and very, like, it was a technology which was very recently invented according to them, but actually it was invented in the Rigveda years back. So, Vasishtha and Agastya were the first test tube babies produced from Mitra and Varuna. So these explanations were given in the Rigveda, and therefore India is a source and a mother of all technologies. So Albert Einstein said, the world is a dangerous place to live. Now we are coming into the spot of all the technologies, why it's bad for you. So Albert Einstein said once that the world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. That's what we are doing. We're sitting on the chairs, using technology, doing everything, but we don't know what's going to happen in the next few years or maybe the next few seconds to us. So that's why, to know this, we have to make a brief thing about what is happening in the world now and where we are heading to, helping the evil people. So, Dixit was trying to do this work of exposing the truths to people, but then he was killed, or I feel he was murdered by these companies, because these companies were targeted by him as very evil people, especially Unilever, and all of these companies are very dangerous and they are trying to effectively control the whole world. So then Vandana Shiva, so she's also a very great example of a good person, and also she had collected a lot of seeds for farmers for free, and also she had established Navadanya. She's the founder of Navadanya too, so she's also a very good person, and she revoked the patents of the US people who took away our patents of neem and turmeric. So David Icke, he's another good person. You may have seen him on YouTube because his videos are all around, and his videos have all about what's happening now and all about what is going to happen and why it's going to affect you. So he says the greatest prison people live in is the fear of what other people think. So Mark Twain, again, he said it's easier to fool people than to convince them that they have been fooled. Now many people are fooled by the TV. What the TV says is correct. So we are going to do what the TV says. So the TV is just a tell-lie vision. It makes you think what is input into your brain and forces you to believe what is needed, and so-called leaves the choice to you to believe it or not, but you are mind controlled. The TV has taken your mind, just as in the next slide. Next slide please. So this is how the TV controls your brain and fishes it out and controls it by just one few sentences, which makes you feel that's the truth. So now let's see some of these facts. Noam Chomsky, an international linguist, said the general population does not know what's happening and it doesn't even know that it does not know. So they are generally backed up by that false information which makes them believe everything is fine, going fine, as if it will go fine with so many big multinationals all around the world. And the media is lying to you. They are effectively lying and taking your mind, and it's just a mind control basically. You can see the videos on YouTube showing how they used to mind control people and experiments. Also in management we have behavioral management, in which there's a lot of control. So here, think this much every day, only this much, or if you think more than this, you'll get to know the truth. So they don't want you to know the truth and therefore condition your mind knowing only that much. So the media can legally lie. The media you watch, any news can lie. Let's see the example. In 2003, Fox lawyers argued it was their First Amendment right to report false information, and they won the case. So this shows that they can legally lie to you, and when they are caught in a lawsuit, they can give their so-called First Amendment right to lie to you about any information. So, and they won the case. How is the government so interlinked to the media and supporting the media to just report false information? And weapons of mass deception here. US went against Iraq on the name of weapons of mass destruction, but I think the US, Israel, all of them have weapons of mass deception. They control the world with just mass deception by all of these kinds of news. It's not only these international news, but it's also a nuisance coming local news. Every kind of news is controlling you. It's simple to understand. So now, the whistleblower, I can't allow the US government to destroy privacy and basic liberties. So he's Edward Snowden, who's also a very good person. You can see all of these things that, so we are always controlled by the media. This comes to a conclusion that we are controlled by the media. What the media says is true, and we do not believe any of the other websites or anything like natural news, anything which gives you the truth about what's really happening. So this natural news, Mike Adams, he is a health ranger who gives the report on food, all the food statistics that's happening nowadays, and also the parts per million of lead, mercury, and all of those chemicals inside your food. Heavy metals in your food. So the herbs are for the healing of the nation. Dr. Sebi, but he died recently. He passed away recently, and he's a world-renowned herbalist. So he could cure HIV, AIDS, diabetes, cancer, stroke, STDs, arthritis, sickle cell, and many more diseases. But we have no care towards all of this. We just are fooled by the media, and this is the conclusion of it. So, you may know he loves Bhaskar. So why is he not on the media? Why is he out of the media? So this question would have never come, actually, because the media conditions you. They don't allow good news to come out. He's done a lot for the society, but instead they'll keep putting political things, disturbances, this, that, to just distract us from the reality that's going on. So now, dambho darpo bhimanascha krodha parshyameva ajnanam chabhijatasya partha sampadam asurim. So the demoniac qualities which are present in most of us, but people who have most of it, like hypocrisy, arrogance, pride, anger, harshness, and ignorance, these were present in the ancient characters Ravana and Kansa, but we do have it in modern guys too. Let's see now. So, proud to be an Indian, but why? Why are we proud to be Indians? We always say, we're proud to be an Indian, hoist our Indian flag. Of course, that's the way to respect Mother India. But why should we be proud to be an Indian? Okay, because of this, celebrities, so-called celebrities who go around saying they are Miss World, Miss Universe, they're just misleading us from the reality that is really being done. So, should we be proud of these celebrities, Rajinikanth, this, that? Or should we be proud of our education system, modern education system, sit in a box and just keep studying some or the other thing, which conditions you again to a different kind of atmosphere where you feel that something else is going on, because education is the tool to input information inside any human and condition them to do it that way. So that's why education system is wrong nowadays. Books have false information. Books distract people from the truth. Books have not much of nutrition. Books don't educate the mind in the real way, in the holistic approach to life. So the college conspiracy. What is this modern education? What is doing these BCom, this, that, and then so-called coming up in life? What is it really? Is it that just they are trying to have you inside their plans, control you inside their plans, or is it just a fun thing for them? So that's what. The college conspiracy, you can watch this documentary on YouTube and you'll know more about what is it to be in a college. So, this cartoon shows you what a college loan debt means. You study and you take a debt for that, for nothing. You don't know how to live, and we take loans, we take debts to study and move up in our lives. What is this moving up? But I feel it's just moving downwards. So here, now we have, this is the reason why we should have been proud of our Indian of India, actually. So to be Indians, it means following our culture, and this is the way every Indian must be living, and must not be plunged into too much of technology as we are now. So now let's see modern technology, what it can make into you. Here, all of this. Here we have a fridge, a microwave, and a big oven, which all causes dangerous problems, cancer, diabetes, and so many other problems. And we have a mixer which can destroy the nutrition in your food, and a lot of lists like aluminium vessels, Teflon cookware, which can be so dangerous for you. So this is what modern system creates. It creates a so-called new helpful thing for the society as it. Now let's see the Indian way. This is how a person must cook. Not like that. Most people find it funny to cook in this kind of way, but this is the most nutritious way any person can cook, as the mud pot has 18 micronutrients in it, which all get inside your food while you cook. And also when you do this chutney color or anything, if you use that to make or grind your dough for anything, then that is also very helpful, as the micronutrients are still there in that stone, and also none of the and that friction etc. won't trouble you. So now we come to the media, the movie media, which the movie comes, oh nice movie, let's go and watch. Oh superstar, Rajnikant is coming, let's go and watch. So all of these things are so dangerous for your mind. Now let's see. Dawn. First it starts with dawn. Training our minds to accept violence as a way of life since 1978. Since 1978 we have been conditioned to be a violent person, and it's somewhat heroic to hold a gun and just kill somebody or murder somebody. All of these thoughts were input inside children, especially because children also seeing this. That was their main motive of their movies. And for children's movies, don't show, if you have children, don't show them any kinds of Disney movies or any kind of movie, because any movie from Disney. So because they have subliminal messages inside, you could see it in YouTube. So these are the ones. So now we come to Dawn, Dawn 2, Dawn 3. All of these things were made to make us violent, to make us evil, to make us accept violence as a religion instead of spirituality. So now we come to Rajnikant's Kavali. They say it was a blockbuster movie. And also eulogizing gangsters and celebrating violence as if it's a very new trend. Shoot somebody else, just encourage the depopulation agenda, kill everybody, say there's more population, and that's what they're doing, celebrating violence. Be a gangster like this. So if you go deep into the story of all of these movies, you see that they just want to trouble you and torture you, just like Rajnikant here. So these are all paid people who just have to shut up, just sit down and shut up and act and get lost. That's what they have to do. So now we come to Krishna. So we went. It looks like we went too far from Bhagavad Gita, but it's all related because hypocrisy, anger, greed, all of these things are shown exactly in each one of these dangerous characters like Rajnikant, and also Dawn characters, Shah Rukh Khan and Amitabh Bachchan. All of them have these characters. Okay. So द्वौ भूत सर्गौ लोकेऽस्मिन् दैव आसुर एव च दैवो विस्तरशः प्रोक्तः आसुरं पार्थ मे शृणु. So this is what the Lord said, and he said that there are only two kinds of castes. One is the wise, ignorant, but the British people, the foreign invaders, created it as 5,000 castes and created fights between Indians and then controlled us. How does this happen? Divide and rule. That's what they wanted to do. So there are no extra castes except for divisions of work. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra did not mean divisions of superiority and minority, etc., inferiority, etc. It meant work. Like Brahmanas have to do some particular work, Kshatriyas some particular work, and Vaishya some particular work, Shudra some particular work. But aren't we having inequality even today? Isn't a complete social system of today also full of inequality? Why do we see so many beggars around? Why are more poor people and less rich people? Why is this all happening? That's also a form of equality. Inequality. Why was only some texts blamed for creating 5,000 castes? No, it was all made. So now there are only 2 castes. Why is that ignorant? So, pravrittim cha nivrittim cha janana vidura asuraha na shaucham na pichacharah na satyam teshu vidyate asatyam apratishthante. Okay, so now we come to Agenda 21, which is evil. Now we have Agenda 21, a very progressive thing which shows that stack them up. Now we are so many people here. Imagine all of us in just this much space, packed in. Like your houses, you'll be made to sit in a small house and your house will be lifted and kept on each other. And then infrastructure, all of that, make huge buildings, and that's what they want to do, Agenda 21. Now let's see how it's evil, how they want to control you in the name of freedom. Now let's see, combating poverty. What does combating poverty mean? Does it really mean combating poverty or combating poor people and just finishing them off as Modi did now? So, changing consumption patterns. What does this mean? Changing your consumption patterns. That means you were eating healthy food like salmon and all of that, and now you have to munch on a burger in McDonald's or any other place, or eat so-called Indian food in A2B or other spots. So, what is all of this going on? Just changing consumption patterns, demographics and sustainability. Just creating all of these things is so dangerous. Protecting human health. What does this mean? When you sell your freedom for security, you lose both. So that's why they want to say protecting human health. So that means you have sold yourself to them for protecting you, but you lose both. You lose your life and your security, your freedom, everything, just for protecting your human health. As if you can just protect your health by eating healthy food with turmeric and all the products, good Indian products, in your home if you cook at the morning without coming and munching on some or the other stuff. So, Agenda 21, what it wants to do to you is just totally changing your lifestyle, forcing you to accept another way of life. How is this happening? So, environment. All of these words make you feel something good is happening. Let's see, environment, economy, equity, consensus, affordable housing, friends of action, protect, preserve, quality of life, benefit of all. You may have seen this in the media so many times. The TV or the newspaper always has these words. Sanctuary, social justice, watershed, justice. Where's Vijay Mallya? Where's Lalit Modi? And they say justice. What is justice when criminals are flown away to foreign countries and we are still maintaining very happy relations with the UK? What is this going on? And also facilitator, traffic calming, best management practices. So, outcome-based education, endangered species. Oh no! So endangered species means what are they conveying by this to our subconscious mind? It shows you are a burden on Earth, so you have to be finished because you are killing fellow species. Are we killing? Have any one of you just shot down a tiger or a deer or an endangered species? No. It's them who are shooting and then blaming us for it. Per vaccine and just killing yourself because aluminium will get stuck in the bones and kill the child. How can a child withstand that much of toxins in its body? Human DNA from aborted fetal tissue is in vaccines. Simple to understand. Every single human who's humanitarian will understand that vaccines are bad for health and we must stop with it. So here and next, post-polio syndromes and signs and symptoms are all here. You can just check them out on internet or Google or anywhere. You'll get details, facts to feed you. And some people have some prejudice over vaccines because they feel vaccines are safe for human health. How can this be proved? How can vaccinations be safe? It's not, it's just a hoax. Vaxxed. This is a documentary by Dr. Andrew Wakefield, and this documentary was not allowed to be played in the New York theater. Don't know why. because he was exposing the truth about vaccinations. So this is called vaccine violence against children. There were effective immune solutions in the past ancient system, but now they have vaccines. But this is not the main reason why they have implemented vaccines, but it all comes back to the depopulation agenda. That's the thing they want to do. So, Dr. Linus Pauling, a two-time Nobel Prize winner, said, nearly all disease can be traced to a nutritional deficiency. Simple to understand. It's not because of some virus. If a virus came, okay, we can kill it with our forces inside our body. We have T cells, we have B cells, we have so many other different kinds of cells which can just finish the virus off. Because we don't have nutrition, we are succumbing to the viruses, the bacteria, and all of these different kinds of organisms. Then we go to the vaccines. The vaccines kill us, and then we are finished. No more of the story. Story finished. So here, consumerism. Now we come to the thing. Buy. Yeah, the customers keep buy. Everything. So what does capitalism mean? Capitalism means you get the choice to do everything you like. So capitalism leads to consumerism. What does consumerism mean? Buy every single product. Keep it with you. So at least 90% of these products will be with every single person. Why? Because ads, TV ads makes you feel that you have to buy every single thing. Let's see the next one. Even though you don't need it or you have not come for a store, you go and pick up the same item. So now advertising sells you things you don't need and can't afford, that are overpriced and don't work. They do it by exploiting your fears and insecurities. And these laws won't help in any way. In fact, they'll kill farmers because of their largest. From where did they get the largest shopping mall? Largest shopping mall? Oh, largest shopping mall. What does it means you're going to take that much area of land. From where did the land come? Did it come from just like from Jupiter or Saturn or some other big planet? No, it has come from poor farmers' money, ancestral property, snatched, taken and used for these companies. So British economist John Maynard Keynes said, capitalism is the astounding belief that the most wickedest of men will use the most wickedest of things for the greatest good of everyone. As if everybody feels that they will do everything good and we get fooled by these people. Now, great infrastructure. So what is this so-called great infrastructure? They create these roads. From where did the roads come? They came from the farmer's lands. From where did the farmer's lands come? Did he just give it for 5 or 6 crores of money and then bought a huge mall or something? No. What did he do? Just get 5,000 rupees in the hand. Go find a work in the city for yourself. You may get extra money and give the entire land to us. Put your thumbprint here. You don't need to sign because you're not educated. What is this? They control and take you away and then they give high-tech services in hospitals in India. Oh, as if the poor people will be able to. See, everybody's equal, poor or rich. They call it poor and rich, but finally poor people have to suffer there and rich people did. It was just these caste things, they made us fight against each other badly and then they made us rich and poor and then they started creating differences, but we still feel the government is doing something good for us. The companies are doing something good for us. The firms, all of them, educational institutions are doing good for us. What is this going on? So they have to suffer like this. The government people have to suffer like this. They have to die in these conditions and the rich people will be enjoying till their death time. Make way for hospitals. Why not make way for nutrition? They keep making way for hospitals. Budget, Indian budget, make these many hospitals. What is going on? Make way for nutrition. Nutrition comes from farmers. From where do farmers come? When the government is kind with the farmers, that is when farmers come. If the government is not kind with the farmers, how do you get food? If food is not there, how is the public going to survive? But that's what they want. They want our public to get demolished, destroyed. So technology addiction, every single person just keeps doing work with technology. So why people are so not even interacting with each other. So now they have 3 children here. They could play together or do something together. Why do they sit with the tablets or mobiles, laptops and all of those games, video games, this and that? It keeps going above and above and above. What is really happening to the society? It's just technology addiction. So, Albert Einstein again said, I fear the day that technology will surpass our human interaction. The world will have a generation of idiots. This is what he said. It's true because most children nowadays have only one thing to do. What is that? Technology. Have you brought your iPad? I wish we could play some video games. What? Okay, if you have the iPad, there's a child sitting close to you. You won't interact. Even elders. Keep using the laptop. Nobody is going to talk to each other. Nobody is going to work. Like, there's no human feelings. As and when we use the computers, the laptops, our human feelings just fly away like doves from our brain. So the greatest enemy of progress is not stagnation, but false progress. What is progress? Okay, I'm walking this way. This is progress. Okay, what if there's a ditch at the end of the road? I'm walking that way and I fall down. What does that mean? So, is that called progress? It's false progress. And then stagnation. Now I'm standing here. It was better than falling there instead of moving there to the road. So, we have to stop making the government show us false information and show false progress to the citizens, making them believe that there's some progress going on as they do their demoniac plans. So here we have the smart grid. What does it take to have a smart grid or a smart city or a smart meter? Well, let's see. Agenda 21, micro apartments, stacked and packs, rolling out fast. What your children have in their future. You'll have to pay 30,000 crores of Indian rupees to get a smart city done. You have to pay. You means you. The government is not going to pay anything. You're going to pay. You're going to pay for Modi's shirt full of gold and his things. You're going to pay for everything. You're going to pay for the big highways. You're going to pay for everything. That's why they're taking amounts of tax from the people and then using it for such demoniac plans, which is not going to give any kind of a benefit. Here. This is what is there in China. This is not a graphic representation. It is what is going to happen. The other one, the other picture there, tall ones. So this is what happens. Now here, this is a room that at least 8 members have to live in this room. So our total freedom will be taken away. We'll have to just live in such rooms. It'll fold into a dining table and fold back into that. We may feel it's just technology, it's happening very great, but just see, you'll have only 20 square foot of living space, or your full house will be only 20 square foot. Now, how are you going to live in that kind of a way? That's called changing it's called a micro apartment. Everything is micro now. Next, you'll have chips stuck in your hands. You don't have to do any transaction, just press things. That's called micro technology, nanotechnology, as if everything is going to the wrong direction. So now nuclear energy. Where will nuclear energy lead to? Japan. Now we see the next one. So this is what has happened. Now here, radiation. Here, now radiation. Here. Then what they do is they previous slide. They just destroy countries, populations, just for small 2 political leaders throw abuses at each other, and we'll have to die for those abuses. As now election hacking. Okay, it came in the newspaper. I just saw it now. So like this, one reason, and mass population will have to be finished. We take sides. So here now Japan has the Fukushima radiation has spread only to Japan is what the censored report says. The uncensored report and the exact report says that Japan's radiation has spread all over Europe, North America, and also some parts of Asia too. So we are threatened. Until we say no to this, we are threatened. So how to say no to this will be there later. So now we have again all of these plants and all of them. So budget 2016, Gram Jyoti Yojana aimed to provide power 24/7 to every house by 2019, says Piyush Goyal, our electricity minister. 2016, Gram Jyoti Yojana. So by 2019, 24/7 every house. So now what will the next sector of people do? These guys. Okay, these small children who don't have food to eat. Will they have 24/7 electricity? Will they eat the tube lights or the electricity as their food? What will they do? Where is nutrition and where is what they are doing, these plants? So how to say no? You stop doing what they say. We are actually doing what they say. We are becoming slaves for them. So, desire of Karnataka. Okay, this was a presentation in Karnataka. So here, this is Karnataka CM Siddaramaiah, who keeps saying this. Cheap liquor should be available for the poor people, as if Karnataka may issue 754 licenses for new liquor shops. In Karnataka, this is what is happening. 754 licenses. Hope this does not happen in Tamil Nadu. But here, he first expects people to drink and fall on the road and then carry them on this. So this is what it is. So now, the next plan by this chief minister is 1,791 crores of taxpayers' money for corrupt politicians to flee away to other countries after looting us. How is that? So, from the Vidhan Saudha to the airport, this Siddaramaiah is going to make a large steel flyover for these wicked, corrupt politicians to just go over without even seeing our faces or having any contact with us after looting us, fly off to London or any other place. Why was it made from Vidhan Saudha exactly to the airport? Is any farmer going to go to Vidhan Saudha, get some money and then fly to the airport and do some work outside in other foreign countries? What is this going on? So every single government should be for the poor people and bring the poor people and the rich people to the same stage and provide every single thing for them and allow them to live a very nice life. That is what a government is supposed to do. But you see what's happening here. And then Make in India. Here. Make in India. What does that mean? To make India China. We'll have a plant there, we'll have a plant there, we'll have a plant everywhere. We'll have pollution everywhere. We'll be breathing those perfumes in the air. Going around in the cars and polluting everywhere and also breathing that pollution and then dying in a hospital. Wonderful life, isn't it? Then grab lands to make way for the what? What are they going to make? Grab lands to make way for this budget. So the bullet train has been, some plans have been made between both the prime ministers. They do the plans and we just sit and watch them in our rooms without saying no or yes. Here, 98,000 crore project. 98,000 crore. A farmer will travel in just a bullet train from Mumbai to Ahmedabad, commercial nerve center. Oh, he's going to have a very huge business in Mumbai, create a huge capital and a huge profit by going in the bullet train. Oh, farmer is going to do this, poor people are going to do this, a roadside mechanic will sit in the bullet train and go. So what is this? So we have to ask these questions to ourselves. Even we won't be able to go in the bullet train actually. So now, national drink, common man's blood. Just these, all of these parties. Some people say, then who do you want the prime minister to be? Who do you want the president to be? What is this? We don't want any president and a prime minister. We want a good ruler who makes our lives a very good life, a spiritual life, a life full of healthy living. So this is what they do. These politicians keep turning a machine, they crush us and give the blood out. National drink. That's our national drink. So biofuels will finish life on. Now we have biofuels. Biofuels. Now what is a biofuel? Biofuel. So biofuel means they're going to use biocompounds to create fuel. What is those biology compounds relate to? That means trees, forests raised out just for running your car. As if one tree will create that much energy for your car to move. They have to cut so many trees to just get the fuel out and use biofuel. That's also another thing. Plan to destroy your forests. The things that God has created for us to use it in a good way. But that's their next plan. We are destroying Earth. This is scientific research. A scientist has represented in this cartoon, and the government and the companies are telling them to stop the research and keep putting it in different ways. We are destroying Earth. So what's all the fuss about junk food now? Everybody eats junk food. Everybody loves junk food. And junk food does not only have pizzas and burgers, ice creams, biscuits and chocolates, everything is in the group of junk food. Now let's see how. Let's start with all of these products. So toxic food. First of all, you have junk food at your home. What you cook in the morning is junk food. What you eat for lunch is junk food. What you eat for dinner after coming back home is junk food. Let's see how. Refrigerated and frozen food. It's there in every single person's house. Microwaved and fried food. I am not able to heat the food today. I can't just put it in the microwave. That's all. That's the normal life of a person. So cooked in aluminium or non-stick vessels. Everybody says before aluminium was more expensive than gold. That was the thing. But after aluminium was generated in a large scale, at that time people started using aluminium, and now it's easy to just throw it. Aluminium can cause so many problems to your brain, your bone, mental health. You may become a mental patient also just by cooking daily with only aluminium vessels. So hot food served in plastic containers. Some people give plates, plastic plates in which they serve hot food. Just if you think for some time, the chemicals on the plastic plate, the upper chemicals like BPA, etc. You may have that BPA free in every single blue bottle kept there. That sticker shows that. So the BPA free label is present on everything. So what does BPA mean? Bisphenol A. That's a chemical which is very dangerous for your body, and that is present on every single plastic thing. Where there is no BPA, there is at least plastic component. So when we put hot food inside it, it evaporates and does our food. Simple to understand, and it kills us. Little plastic daily entering our body. It's just like going and sitting in a garbage and starting to munch all the plastic products there. It's equal to just eating in a plastic thing. So next, processed and packaged for long shelf life. That is junk foods. Biscuits. Everything has preservatives. Otherwise they can't stay. Whether Patanjali this or that, everything is a fraud. And incompatible foods. Like you mix sour cherry with milk. Or dahi vada. You eat dahi vada. What does dahi vada mean? Curd with urad dal, which is wrong according to Ayurveda. So it fights inside your stomach, literally fights, and then you get stomach pain, you get indigestion problems, constipation problems, so many other things. So incompatible foods. Then 5 evils in modern food system. What is it? Refined oil, refined salt, refined sugar, refined then milk. All of these things are the 5 evils. Then the jaggery, which is white jaggery. Then health hazards due to A1 milk. A1 milk is the Jersey milk. There are 2 kinds of milk. One is A1 milk and one is A2 milk. A1 milk comes from the desi cow or indigenous cow. A2 milk from the foreign cow.
Opposite. Saying the opposite.
Oh yeah, one second. A2 milk comes from the Indian cow and A1 milk comes from the foreign cow. So, evidence shows cow's milk is a link to solving medical mysteries from diabetes to autism. But that's not a cow. It's just worse than a buffalo too. If you're drinking buffalo milk, it'll destroy your brain, but still, it's better than drinking that milk. Artificially created by genetic mutation to increase milk production, its milk is linked to heart diseases, diabetes, etc. Now, we have the desi indigenous cow. So,
You continue.
You continue.
Okay, fine. So the desi indigenous cow is the cow which is called Gomata in our tradition. So it is the traditional cow which has 33 million gods and goddesses in it, according to our Hindu scriptures. So some evidence shows that when arsenic was given to a desi indigenous cow, the arsenic went and got stuck here. When they got out the milk, no arsenic traces was found there. When they cut the throat of the cow, that's so horrible, there they found large levels of arsenic. So this shows that Rahu, who is the lord of poison in our Hindu scriptures, resides in the neck. And that's why she collects her poison, whatever poison just gets inside the food and collects it in that spot. So then Shiva is present here. So that's why when you become bad with a cow, it gets angry and comes like this. That is Shiva. And then Amrita Kumara, which resides in her udders. So this shows that her milk is nectar. And Brahma, who stays in the hump, which shows that creative energy flows throughout that spot. And now we shall see scientifically how. Agni sitting in the stomach, which shows that digestive system is very powerful in cows. And also Surya and Chandra in both her eyes. So all of these things show that cows are very divine. Now, making cow dung patties, not a shame. Some people don't even want to cut, just touch cow dung also. What is this? When you are doing so many other things, why not just touch cow dung? Cow dung is not a shame. It's in fact gold. Some people in Switzerland have invented a machine from cow dung gas, and also many others have created gold coins from cow dung. So this shows that cow dung has potential levels of gold in it and has medicinal properties too. So refined sugar, now this comes to the favorite thing. Some people just keep taking it every hour. They have some refined sugar with them, they keep taking it in. Why that happen? It contains additives and all of that. And also the dangers of refined sugar are multifold. They are like diabetes and cancer, tumors, all of them. So this is a video you can see this also. So Sugar the Truth, you can see it on YouTube, and you know all the truths about sugar and why it's bad. And salt causes so many problems ranging from top head to toe. Because time is limited, I think we should move on. So then Tata Salt, iShakti, Annapurna, Captain Cook, Tata Salt, Light, Sapura, all of these companies are just frauds. Tata Salt especially has dynamite powder in it. As they blast the mountains, the dynamite powder collected in that and also other things are mixed up with salt and they sell it to you. So all of these kinds of artificial kinds of salt, it's mixed with lots of aluminium in it. If so much aluminium level is just added in your salt, then just imagine what would happen to your body. So Saindhava Lavana, here we have the alternative to this. For sugar we have Mishri or rock sugar. Panakalkand also, which is sugar from palm fruit. So refined oil, now we come to refined oil. Everybody uses canola, saffrola, this and that. What does it cause? It causes dangerous cancer, eczema, liver problems, kidney problems, autoimmune disease, and also suicidal and homicidal feelings. What are refined oil just contaminated with? Trans fats. Here, trans fats are very dangerous for your health. They are translinoleic acid, and also you have high levels of aluminium, additives, harmful things inside refined oil. So this is basically the oil manufacturing procedure and dangers of consuming refined oil. So you got to know that. And best alternatives are cold pressed oils from Ghana as locally called. That is the oil mill, an Indian oil mill, which they make like this, and they extract the oil that is pure oil. So health benefits of coconut oil. So coconut oil is
We have very less time.
So these are all the chemicals in your biscuits, chocolates, ice creams and all of it. So Lou-Gehrig's disease is caused by MSG, which is added as Ajinomoto, and Stephen Hawking here has that disease. So it's called amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, which is a serious rash at the back due to less nutrition of muscles because of MSG, which protects it from nutrition. So rubber mat ingredient azodicarbonamide in your bread, Subway breads, all of them have rubber mat ingredient azodicarbonamide. Azodicarbonamide, which is a very dangerous ingredient, which is present in rubber mats, yoga mats, and aluminium in your ready to eat. Just add the aluminium there and start heating it, thinking that it's all safe, but actually it's getting inside your brain and you get Alzheimer's as the healthy neuron shrinks to become a dying neuron, and plaque expands everywhere due to aluminium toxicity. And then you get Alzheimer's. Parkinson's again is because of less dopamine release and keep moving. You can't stop without moving the hand. So receptor cell is about to absorb dopamine and the transmitting neuron readily releases dopamine, whereas in the other kind doesn't. So skeletal deformities here. Pink slime in your ice creams. If you hear this, I think you'll stop eating ice creams forever. Ice creams contain pink slimes, which is a mashup of, this is what it is, a mashup of dangerous ingredients. That one of them is so awkward. It is a mashup of slaughtered animals' private organs, which is mashed up. Eyes, private organs, nose, inside of nostrils, all of that is taken, mashed up and put inside so that it doesn't go waste. In your ice cream. Aborted human fetal tissue used and the Lysol that we use, the Harpic that we use. In that there is ammonia. That is added in your ice creams to stop the bacteria. Aborted human fetal tissues used as taste enhancers so that we keep eating the same thing over and over again, because a tiger will never stop eating human tissue or human organs once it just tastes some of human blood, little of human blood. So aborted fetal tissue is used in all foods, lays, juices, drinks, every single thing, especially products of Nestle and Pepsi, Coca-Cola and all of them. So then, which mother will be happy to kill her baby? This is another Illuminati agenda. That one. So they are showing. The full picture shows that they do it like this. And then, I had an abortion and she's so happy. How is this inculcating violence against children when they are in the stomach? That is called abortion. All of this abortion, killing the child, all of these things are just to add inside your food so that you get depopulated very fast. You become zombies.
Plant parenthood.
So that's the thing. It's called Plant Parenthood, and it is the firm which has started all of this to market and sell. You can see it. They just sell the tissues on the laptop, on internet, on everywhere. So they just you can go to the website and you can order any one of the child tissues. If you are in only if you're in industry and you have a password. So leaded mercury in your noodles and pasta. In your noodles and pasta, you have high levels of leaded mercury. That's why Maggi was banned. And this Amitabh Bachchan has again come here. Fraud, deceptive fraud has come here. And he's advertising 2 minute mein khushiyan. So here, now, have you felt silk lately? Chocolates? Actually, I would ask, have you felt sick lately because of these chocolates which have some certain chemicals which attract cockroaches which fall inside the chocolate? Some people have even found cockroach antennas and all of them inside the chocolate. Cockroach, mouse, babies, all of them. And next thing is that soy lecithin, a mashup of soy lecithin is added. Sulfides in your chocolate. Sulfide is a very heavy metal which is added in the chocolates as a preservative. Sulfide 280 and poison in your milk here. All of these things. So it's a changing amino acid difference at the position 67 at protein change. Here, there in A2, which is good milk, there is proline. Here, this is histamine. So that milk is dangerous for you. And here, beta-casomorphin 7, BCM7, which is a banned hormone, which is genetically engineered and mutated into cows. That's also there. So then, poison in every sip. This coffee. Now coffee has lots of caffeine content in it. Caffeine content kills people. Drink coffee. Do stupid things faster with more energy. Simple to understand. So caffeine addiction chart. Caffeine consumption. Then you breathe heavily. Then again increase mental and physical fatigue. And again you want to have more caffeine. This is what happens. Caffeine constricts blood vessels of the brain, low caffeine levels, sudden increase in brain circulation, and then you get headache. So definition of osteoporosis is just like, this is a matrix of a normal human. And then when you have too much of aluminium and heavy metal in your body, caffeine in your body, it becomes enlarged and you get osteoporosis in which your bones become brittle and break. Then titanium dioxide in your chewing gums, which can, so just chew it and spit it, what happens? But actually research proves that 50% of toxin is absorbed by just your cheek. When you keep chewing, the tooth and the cheek absorb 50% of the thing that you eat. So diacetyl in your popcorns. Diacetyl in your popcorns, which means that a very dangerous thing is added in your popcorn. Now we come to this liar and fraud. So Ranbir Kapoor here is advertising for Oreo biscuits. Oreo biscuits? Now let's see what's bad about this. Everybody likes Oreo. Yum yum Oreo. They have targeted every market just for marketing their Oreo product. Now let's see what Oreo has. So cocaine-like addiction in Oreo biscuits. Cocaine-like addiction, which means it was research in the Connecticut college, in that the students and the teachers, the research scientists, everybody found out that cocaine-like addiction is their Oreo biscuits, a drug-like addiction, so that keep taking the seat. This is what happens. So here, MSG in all packaged foods. All packaged foods means these ones, so that you keep taking again and again. It means monosodium glutamate. And boost is the secret of our energy. As these both are liars. One is Sachin Tendulkar, big liar, because okay, he's good at cricket. He keeps hitting sixers and he's become god of cricket. Fine, but why has he interfered in our food system and forced children to have boost? I'm saying forced because TV, it is a forcing on children. Virendra Sehwag, also a liar, fraud. So true, you got so much money by just telling lies. They tell lies, they get money, simple. And the companies also get money from us. Who's paying all of this money? Who's paying for the advertisements? Who's paying PTA, potassium, benzoate, and brominated vegetable oil, which means bromine, a heavy metal with vegetable oil, which is mixed and causes so many diseases, like increased blood pressure and dehydration, gastrointestinal problems, chest pain, dizziness, headache, and even death is caused by just having the energy drink. So Pepsi thing, pee gaya. Okay, Harpic mein piyega. There's Pepsi and you drink it, so does that mean you even have Harpic? Harpic is such a dangerous thing. Everybody knows. Pepsi is also equal to that. You can buy Pepsi. I suggest you buy Pepsi from now on. In higher quantity actually, but for cleaning your car. So, कैंसर भी होती है so नाम बनते हैं रिस्क से, कैंसर भी होती है रिस्क से. So he got cancer and tumors, so he wants to get cancer and tumors for even us by drinking that Mountain Dew, which has so many sets of chemicals. So this is what it is. Happiness Coca-Cola. Deepika Padukone. Happiness Coca-Cola. Here, Deepika Padukone has advertised this. And then, next, in the next slide, she comes saying she has depression. So that's why they choose actresses and actors for this purpose, so that they can act and cry in front of them to show that they have depression, so-called depression. That's another story, to push psychotropic drugs. But why did Barkhadat ask, why didn't you bring the Coca-Cola? Why didn't you bring the Coca-Cola for the interview and just drink it so that all your depression goes away? She says all of this and she feels very as if all of that emotions. It's just that's why they hire actors and actresses to do this job. So GMO in almost all processed foods. So GMO, what is GMO? Genetically modified organisms. It's a very big topic, and you can read the book by Steven Drucker, Altered Genes, Twisted Truth, and that has all information about how GMOs can be dangerous, how biotechnology can be dangerous. So here, 44% extra pesticide exposure for village children. So Dr. Ayadure, who is a very great person, who was the inventor of email ID, now they are saying he's a fraud just because he's against GMOs. So he says there are no safety assessment standards for GMOs, and then he said that if they prove this, he will give the company a $10 million building. So Dr. B.R. Barwade, chairman of Mahiko, Padma Bhushan and World Food Prize awardee. Partners in crime, Monsanto and Mahiko. He owns that Mahiko company and also he is collaborating with Monsanto. Who is Monsanto? A very large pesticide and genetic engineering company who has created all of these things. Meet Bill Gates. This man owns 5 lakh shares of the Monsanto stock. In 2012, Mr. Gates stated that Monsanto, a company that has been caught running slave labor rings in Argentina, could save the world. They were running these slave rings. Monsanto, this company in Argentina, they were doing that and finally they were caught. But he was saying they could save the world. How could they save the world? Save the rich guys and kill the poor guys. That's what they want to do. So the banks, this is what they want to do to farmers. 4 lakh farmers commit suicides. 1997 to 2015 and it is still counting. Sterility. This has also been a very big problem. And all of these things, this is all because of vaccines and also food, everything has brought out this. So, next, Wiki Donor. These movies make your mind again believe wrong concepts, immoral concepts and all of these bad things. So, what this is many mothers and one father. And the children are actually brothers and sisters to each other. But who knows who. So, what happens is the next time they marry each other and then incest. This is what happens. Why does this happen and why do they want such things to happen? They first make movies, make us believe it's a good concept and then implement it. That's what it is. So Illuminati transgender agenda. This is what it is. Now transgenders have become very large scale, especially in the US. Now in India actually it's everywhere. Transgenders in roads, everywhere. They are just transgenders are moving around, and it's just Illuminati making one gender to the other. And Illuminati, what does that I mean there? That I means looking good things as bad and bad things as good. So the transgender agenda. So transgender agenda is very dangerous actually. So I'm not against those transgenders, those poor people have been changed and now being supported. I am angry at the spot because these guys are supporting transgenderism and encouraging people to do hormonal change and also horrendous surgical things. When they are 16 years old, they are then they are forced to have a horrendous surgical procedure in which their life also can go away. Till their 16th year of age, they are taken full of hormones. And then they keep changing their gender. After that, they get an operation and they get everything changed. So, movie scenes, Tamil movies, in that we have transgenders singing also and also acting for the movie. And then Tamil movie Irumugal. In this also we have a transgender. So it's somehow showing people that transgenders are intelligent, transgenders are this, transgenders are that, and making people agree that transgenderism is correct. If any child behaves like a transgender or behaves in another gender way for some days after seeing its elder sibling, then they say, okay, let it move in that way. What does it mean? Let it move in that way means start giving it hormones, support the children. What is going on? So then they are giving the 6-pack. They're showing those fingers like this. This means evil. So all of that in the side. 6-pack, 6, the devil's number. So all of these things are being implemented into the society. Transgenders are being encouraged. So only come here in the middle. So born Krishna, now Naina. You can see this on YouTube. So this is also what is happening. And LIC, all of these companies are supporting this particular person and raising them to higher levels. And born Krishna, now Naina. Now this person is saying that they want to have a surgical procedure for this person. So now Gaurav to Gauri, this is also another case. So they are showing these cases over and over again to condition us to agree that this concept is correct. And this can be implemented. They are forcing us to agree. So transhuman agenda. Now transhuman. They are changing from human to robotic or alien. So aliens are something else, but this is somewhat like that. Flacca, they take this drug and then they run as if they feel they are lizards and they climb over the walls. People in the US, you may see those videos. They go without any clothes and all of that. So Flacca side effects, agitation, death, extreme aggression, psychosis, rapid heart rate, severe hallucinations. Flacca, this is what. And then Rajnikant again came for robot. What does robot mean? Oh, harmless concept. Why did robot technology come? Oh, harmless concept. Everything is harmless. How? Why did they even create all of this stuff? They want to encourage being a robot. Children in schools are walking like robots after seeing this movie. What? They say, feeling proud, robot there. So many robots, toys, everything comes. And then now we come to CIA, Central Intelligence Agency. So Pokemon Go is just a machine of the Central Intelligence Agency. Difficult to believe, but this is the truth. How? It can be easily proved. Now, how is that proved? Central Intelligence Agency, Pokemon Go. So Pokemon Go is just a machine. How is it? They have a software which connects it to the Central Intelligence Agency, and when they move around like this, so they'll set a target. Why? It's spying thing. Now, just think. Any one of you is a public awareness person who speaks about all of this. Then what happens is, they set your house as a location with many point targets. So those people go there and then they start clicking photos of that spot. And then it directly goes to the CIA, and the CIA gets information and does what they want to do to that particular person. So it's just a machine of the Pokemon Go. But and some people just implement it into their brains only. So they see everything as virtual reality. What does virtual reality mean? It's not true and it is virtual. It's false. So then, killing you softly, pH balance, lather, color, scented, water-based. Some people have died just because of hair color. Just put some hair color. When you're 37 years, you have a risk of having a sudden death. So then, nail polish, all of that has so many chemicals which can just kill you immediately. So fluoride in your toothpaste. Fluoride is more poisonous than lead. It's just like consuming this much. And this one, Dant Kanti of Patanjali has more than 924 parts per million of fluoride. So fluoride in your toothpaste and microbeads too in your toothpaste. What does microbead mean? Plastic beads, small plastic beads are microplastic beads are present in your toothpaste just to improve that friction, but actually it just gets inside your body. You may get liver toxicity if you just ingest this much.
Sonam Kapoor has given an ad for that. She looks good in that.
They may look good outwardly, but they are really black inward. So all of these different Dant Kanti there, the big teeth and Colgate, all of them are very dangerous. Don't believe any Patanjali or any kind of thing. You're all just frauds. Then triclosan in your soaps. Triclosan is a very dangerous chemical. It can just mix with the water and change into formaldehyde, which is very, very poisonous for your body. Then Jyotika, stupid people. They always have Santur baby soap. What thing? So they're saying give your baby soft glowing skin naturally. I say give your baby harsh eczema easily. So killing you brutally with these medicines. Keep taking the pills. You can't get out of that syndrome of taking the pills. So George Carlin, stand-up comedian, said governments don't want well-informed. So this is the reason why. Now we come to the stage why the government allows everything to happen. So here, governments don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking that is against their interests. They want obedient workers, people who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept it. This is what he said. And then, Josiah Charles Stamp, he said, he was the director of Bank of England, 1927, and he said it is easy to dodge our responsibilities, but we cannot dodge the consequences of dodging our responsibilities. So, this shows that the government has responsibilities, They dodge it and do things that are not necessary for the society, which destroy the society. So what's the alternative now? Gold. When people essentially from now are fearful, it's likely many will still rush to gold. Warren Buffett, an international investor, is it?
Yeah.
So then gold is money. Mike Maloney. They all have said all of this, but now Modi has almost banned gold. How many people have a PAN number to actually do all of that, to buy gold? So, and we say cow dung is gold. Gold because Lakshmi is present in that area of the cow. Surya Ketu Nadi, only Indian cow. Now, you can have a 2-hour presentation by me. It's called Money Messed Up, in which we should know about full banking industry, why it's so corrupt nowadays. So, cartoon on 500,000 notes ban featured in shabcafe.net. So you can check this on the internet. I made this cartoon on money control on Modi, what he has done. तानहं द्विषतः क्रूरान् संसारेषु नराधमान् क्षिपाम्यजस्रमशुभान् आसुरीष्वेव योनिषु. I heard these haters, and all of this is for the punishments of these evil people. आसुरीं योनिमापन्नाः मूढा जन्मनि जन्मनि मामप्राप्यैव कौन्तेय ततो यान्त्यधमां गतिम्. So this is what the Lord will do to the cruel and sinful people. So we have to have faith in the Lord who will come and annihilate these reptilian demons like Henry Kissinger, all of them. So now Lord Narasimha tearing apart the evil king Hiranyakashipu. So this is also another example of assurance from the Lord, how he destroys the very dangerous people. Trividham narakasyedam द्वारं नाशनमात्मनः कामः क्रोधस्तथा लोभः तस्मादेतत्त्रयं त्यजेत्. So now we have Malya as an example for the first gate of hell, lust. So this is what it is. So then now we have Vijay Malya with all of this wine, liquor, everything. So this is the example of how a corrupt person like Vijay Malya is. So first he expects people to drink and then fall on the road, go to the Malya hospital. He gets the bills from both the sides and enjoys in Britain. Now where is the account of him at all? April 2002 he was elected to Rajya Sabha. October 2004 to April 2008 member consultative committee for the Ministry of Defence. June 2010 elected to Rajya Sabha again. What a criminal, a liquor manufacturer, an evil person is elected to Rajya Sabha twice and is in the committee for, Ministry of Defence. Now we come to Frederick Bastiat saying, he was a very great thinker, who once said, when plunder becomes a way of life for a group of men living together in a society, they create for themselves in the course of time legal system that authorizes it and a moral code that glorifies it. This is what is happening now. They first create a society. In that society there will be evil. Some 5-6 people who are evil. Then they will make a legal system. First they'll create a crisis, then create a legal system, make the full public adopt the legal system. After making them adopt the legal system, they encourage bad ideas into the legal system and make the public again adopt it and then use a moral code to glorify their evil trends. So wrong is wrong, even if everyone is doing it. Oh, my neighbor is also doing it. Everybody is following share market. Everybody is doing IT, why don't I? Everybody is eating junk food. Everybody munches on junk food. Everybody buys chocolates, biscuits, ice creams. Why don't I? It's wrong and it's wrong. And then right is right even if no one is doing it. Truth does not see. Right things do not see people. Right is right, that's it. Wrong is wrong, that's it. Even if no one is doing it, right is right only. Right can't become wrong. And wrong can't become right. So, market strategy. Know the mind of the buyer. Target group. Touch emotions through burning issues. Study buyer's income. Create ads that become social culture. Hypnotize into compulsive buying. Mind control through constant ads. glamorous launches, enamored with celebrity endorsements, and flood media with repetitive advertisements, then your strategy, what you have to do, this is the way to say no. Just ignore all ads on the mainstream media. Step 1. Stop buying anything that is packaged and processed. Step 2. Educate yourself through alternate media. Step 3. Keep seeing natural news, GM, watch all of them and educate yourself through that. Check everything on internet twice. See both the sides of the story. Analyze what you feel and do some more research on what happens. Then synthesize the information and then know the truth. So, etaimuktah kauteya tamodvaraistvibhirnarah acharatyaatmanashreyah tato yati param gatim. So this is the one. So if you become a good person, then, and also if a person is very good, then they reach heaven and they are there happily. So that's what we all have to do. We have to be free from all evil, protect ourselves from evil, be good, and then go back to Godhead. So, यशास्त्र विधि मुत्सृज्य वर्तते कामकारतः न स सिद्धिमवाप्नोति न सुखं न परां गतिं तस्मात् शास्त्रं प्रमाणं ते कार्यव्यवस्थितौ ज्ञात्वा शास्त्रविधानोक्तं कर्म कर्तुमिहार्हसि. Do work only according to your scripture. If a person is a Muslim, use only Quran and do what the Quran says. If a person is a Hindu, use only the Bhagavad Gita and the scriptures, the Puranas, the Vedas, do what it says. If you're a Christian, do everything according to the Bible. This is what it is. So, all of these things, being a ruler, you'll have to have some qualities. Being a religious person or a Brahmana, you'll have to have some qualities. So it's like that. Shudras is very low. All of those things are just not even, it's not that they're low or high. It means that they have specific work. Cow protection is every human's prime duty. That's the synthesized thing of everything. Cow protection is needed in society. That's the missing puzzle of what is happening in the society. We have to inculcate love for cows in ourselves and the next generations too. So it's not about religion related to cow protection. Even Muslims do cow protection, Christians do cow protection, and even Hindus do cow protection. We have to get together and start cow protection and do cow protection. So then scripture study is the last part of it. We have to all study our scriptures. Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Any questions?
Yeah, any questions? See, we know that this is too much for our brain, okay? Because within 1 hour he has tried to capture and try to push everything in your brain. It's not at all possible. That is very well it's known. Anyhow, there is a spot now, okay? This PPT will be shared in our share folder. Just go through every week better. Only then you can Google it, understand what is this. Actually myself and Anand were trying to give weekly, hourly seminars on this, but we were not able to do that. Anyhow, this new year 2017.
Let's make a new year resolution.
Yes.
And also thank the organizers for this program, because then only the truth will be revealed throughout the public. So start a new year resolution. This is the new year is coming. So just start, do something about it. Don't just leave it as something flying like a cloud, a ribbon cloud in the sky. Just do something about it. Change at least some few things in your lives.
Yes.
Thank you.
Q&A.
And questions and answers?
You can shoot your question.
I have one question.
Yes?
What is motto of this state? What is motto? What is goal you want to?
What is the goal that you have with this presentation?
Maximum amount of people should be educated about what is happening in the society and how we can find a solution for it and disperse the problems and bring back a better ancient Vedic and a religious society. Any other questions?
explain the shlokas. Excuse me.
You are referring to 21st century spread.
You Google it. No,
No, you can ask. You can ask him.
Agenda 21 is a very, very dangerous one. It's actually a trend. It's a so-called trend, but it's actually a implementation or a program which is being readily accepted by all the public. So that's what concise. Any other questions?
I have one more.
Camera के बाहर कर दो.
You sing very well in shlokas, but never explain about the shlokas.
I thought you could only read it because time was going. I just want to read the shlokas so that there's a connection to the Bhagavad Gita. So the meaning, so I had explained some shlokas meaning, so the rest I'll explain. Pravrittim cha nivrittim cha, I said that shloka. That means the demoniac people are only focusing on action. They only do things like action. They just want to do bad things, that's all. Nivrittim cha, that means they just do bad things. Nivrittim, bad work. And also they are only focusing on bad stuff, and they are always unclean. And their mind is unclean means they are mentally unclean, physically unclean, every way they are unclean people. So demoniac people have been explained. So we can only compare this to people, and I kept the meaning there so you could have read it. And the next shlokas were also like divine and demoniac people. How a relation between them and why are they totally different from each other. So all of these things have been explained very long, in a very long thing in the Bhagavad Gita, in the 16th chapter especially.
And last question. When do we expect next session?
Very soon. Yes. Very soon we'll try to bring him here back and make you explain each and every part which he has given in 1 hour session.
We'll try to arrange a session.
Yes.
I'm not saying like
Many other topics as well.
you know a lot better than you know a lot of I'm talking to intellectual. What would be the course of action? As you said, we are in danger. We are war against the immigrants.
Okay.
What would be the course of action?
Course of action for us. So first thing, start buying gold, silver, diamonds, invest in land, cows. Don't forget the cows. They are an economic investment, a very safe investment which cannot be termed as black money. So that investment, then cow, gold, land, everything you start buying, keeping with yourself, so you'll be safe from the economic collapse. Then know all the sustainable development. So just start knowing about everything, how to do pottery. Don't stick with information technology, that won't help you. Because once the economy collapses, information technology is nothing but just a paper. That's all. So that's why start educating yourself with pottery and other things like water science, and also collecting water, preserving food. All of these things, if you educate yourself, you'll be at a lot of things. Now only, because this is a crucial moment, we all have to take action. So I think that is the course of action. Along with this, alternative courses of action also are there, like stop cutting trees and all of those things. Collect resource, natural resource, all of that, and keep it with yourself, because World War III comes, we'll all be flattered. So collect land, gold, stay in a remote place which is not affected by any kind of political things, and be natural overall. So that's the courses of action we could take, and the budget of this would be very less.
We follow that.
So we follow only of these things. So we actually
The
are
food
doing
system.
food system also. Start changing the way you eat, because if you are depending on them till the World War starts, then when the World War starts, you'll have nothing to depend on. You'll just be finished after this. That's why we have to start collecting resource, natural resource like food. We have to start growing food. We have to stop using GMO things. We have to start growing organic mustard, because now mustard is it's almost endangered. Organic mustard is endangered. So somehow they want to snatch all the organic things that we have. So we have to start collecting them before any big political scheme starts. So that's the course of action we could take. So any other questions?
Because it's Tamil Nadu, ஒரு question தமிழ்ல கேளுங்க.
Abhi question
I
English.
can answer in English.
இங்க எல்லாருக்கும் வந்து மாடுனாவே அவன் வந்து நினைச்சிட்டு இருக்கான் இங்க ரோட்ல பாக்குற மாடுக்கும் இந்த நம்ம இன்னைக்கு காமிச்ச மாடுக்கும் என்ன வித்தியாசம் இருக்கும்?
Okay, so the difference between a naughty cow and a fallen cow is that the humpless, dogging cow, which keeps needing a lot of food, it needs care, everything. So that's the bad cow. It has a white and black spots, colored body, and all of that. It's bad. Then the good cow is with a hump. Buy those kinds of cows, not this Jersey cow. So the cow that I mentioned in every single step as good is this cow. Which has a hump, a dewlap, that means a neck, flesh kind of thing which is coming from the neck. So that kind of cow only gives good milk, gives and is a good investment too.
Okay, the cows which you see in Chennai, they are all not, they are cows but it doesn't belong to our country. And the milk which it gives us is A1 milk. Most of us, we are just, he mentioned in 2 screens I think. A1 milk with A2 milk, the difference.
We go and buy only A1.
Yeah, A1 milk and not only A1 milk, even the mixture of which is coming in our packet.
It has RBHG hormone also, which is banned in Europe, Finland, Switzerland, and most of the European Union countries, and but still it's in India and all the other countries.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Kamal.
Okay, we'll
Okay.
join us there.